Hi, everybody. Welcome to the D. Louise Book Series channel. I'm Christina, Kristina, and my pal here, Miss Smokey. We want to talk to you about Eve Dallas. Well, first let me back up here a little bit. I'm a series person. I like series. I like to download series and then binge watch them all at once. Okay, you can go. So if you are one of those people that like to come into a series already established so you can binge read, welcome to the club. We've got Eve Dallas here, and she's a lieutenant in the New York City Police Department, and that's her total identity, complete, total identity. That's who she is. She is uncomfortable in social situations. She's uncomfortable making friends. Each book, what I love about the series is each book introduces a new character, a new friend in her social circle. But Eve hates it. She likes the people. She likes the friendships, but she hates being social. Would rather hang out in an alley with chemi heads or in a cop shop than at one of Rock's parties. It's just, and she doesn't understand clothes, and there's a couple of books later that we will definitely dive into. But she grew up in foster homes, alone, dependent on no one but herself, and that's still in her brain. She's Eve Dallas, she's a cop, period, end. The nightmares will continue each book. They get worse, they get better. She works through it, but it takes a long time, very long time with Dr. Meira's help. With some events that happen in further books also help her work through it. But it's a really prevalent thing. So you have to work through it. You have to work through it. She works through it. Also get through some of the steamy situations. And one of the biggest pet peeves is, all right, well, it's still early, but 50 books from now, she's still mooning over her husband first thing in the morning. It gets a little old, but it's the character, it's who she is, and everybody moons over Rock, and Peabody moons over Rock forever. But her core group right now is Mavis, Nadine, Peabody, Dr. Meira, Dr. Charlotte Meira, Feeney, Whitney, Tibble. The new character, the new potential family member in this book is, I forgot to mention that we met Dr. Morris in Rapture. The new family member in this one is Jamie Langstrom. Very important future character. Also, there's conflict between Feeney and Eve. Eve is ordered to do something to keep information from Feeney, and it hurts Feeney to the core. Absolutely. And it's just, it really, really hurts. There's another one, I think, down the line. But I think Rock fixes it in this one a little bit. But it hurts Feeney. It's his family. It's a situation. Eve tries to help. It kind of backfires. Just well, because her commander told her to do it. And while Feeney knows that, in his head, his heart is still screaming bloody murder. So that's a huge major conflict. It's a cute major character development with this. Also, in ceremony, there's a situation. See if I can get the right. Eve got home early, a rarity. She thought she could dive into work in the quiet of her home office. She could get past Somerset easily enough, she mused as she pulled up at the end of the drive. The butler would simply sniff and ignore her. She'd have a couple of hours clear to run data on ISIS and to contact Dr. Mira's office and make an appointment with the psychiatrist. It would, Eve decided, be interesting to get Mira's take on personalities such as Selena Cross and Iris. Down further, she discovers that Mavis is in the house. Mavis' eyes popped open. Hey, how it's going? What? Eve shook her head to try to dispel the high-pitched ringing. What? That was a new group I picked up this morning, Mayhem. Pretty decent. What? With a chuckle, Mavis unfolded her neat little body and bounced to a cabinet. Looks like you could use a drink, Dallas. I might have zoned up pretty late the last few nights. Wanted to talk to you about stuff. Your mouth is moving, Eve observed. Are you talking to me? It wasn't that loud. Have a drink. Somerset said it would be all right if I hung for a while. Didn't know when you'd check in. For reasons that eluded Eve, the stiff-necked butler appeared to have a major crush on Mavis and Peabody. He's probably in his cage, composing odes to your legs. Hey, it's nothing sexual. He just likes me. So Mavis clunked her glass around Eve's. Rourke's not around, is he? No. Well, that's good, because I wanted to roll it out with you, but she twisted the glass in her hands and said nothing. What's the problem? You and Leonardo have a fight? No. You really can't fight with Leonardo. He's too sweet. He's in Milan for a few days, some fashion deal. Why didn't you go with him? Eve rested her booted feet on the priceless coffee table across her ankles. I've got the gig at the Down and Dirty, and I won't let crack down after he bailed me. Eve rolled her shoulders and began to relax. Mavis' career as a performer, it was difficult to use the term singer when defining Mavis's talents. When moving along, there had been some serious roadblocks, but they'd been overcome. I didn't figure you'd work there much longer, not with a recording contract. Well, yeah, that's the thing, the contract. You know, after finding out Jess was using me and you and Rourke for his mind games, I didn't figure the demo I'd cut with him would go anywhere. It was good, Mavis. Flashy, unique, that's why it got picked up. Is it? She rose again, a tiny woman with wild hair. I found out today that Rourke owns the recording company that offered the contract. Gulping her drink, she paced away. I know we go way back, Dallas. A long ways. I appreciate you putting Rourke up to it, but I don't feel right about it. I wanted to thank you. She turned then, her silver eyes streaked and bleak. And I wanted you to tell you that I was going to turn it down. Eve pursed her lips. Mavis, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Are you telling me that Rourke, the guy who lives here, is producing your disc? It's his company, Eclectic. He produces everything from classical to brain drain. It's the company, totally mad, which is why I was so worried up about the deal. Eclectic, Eve mused, the company. It sounded just like him. I don't know anything about it. I didn't ask him to do anything. She blinked, lowered to the arm of the chair. You didn't? Solid? I didn't, and he didn't tell me. Which was also just like him. I have to say that if his company is offering you a contract, it's because Rourke or whoever he put in charge of the stuff figures you're worth it. Ceremony and Death. Jamie Lindstrom. Feeney. Conducting a top-secret investigation into the death of a fellow police officer has Lieutenant Eve Dallas treading on dangerous ground. With Feeney. Peabody. And Mavis. It's family. I love the family, the social interactions. It's good. You gotta pick it up. And this is book 5 in the series.